Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. here. Today we are going to go over a list of what Consumer Reports is saying is the 10 most reliable, the 10 least reliable vehicles of 23, and also NHTSA's most recalled vehicles of 2023. Now, the first two are going to come from Consumer Reports, and just some background on it, they basically survey like 300,000 Consumer Report subscribers with their vehicles. So that's not a huge group of people. And I did some research, and I believe it said that the average subscriber to Consumer Reports is 45 and older. So we know there's a lot of people younger than that are also buying vehicles that aren't going to be part of these numbers, but it'll just kind of put it into perspective. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, please look down there in the corner and hit the subscribe button for me. It helps a small channel out. If you are a patron, thanks for coming back and checking out the newest videos. And guys, once you're a subscriber, you can go over to my actual channel page, go up in the search bar and type in, just keep it simple, type in Chevy, Ford, whatever, and it'll show you all the videos that are basically connected to that. So if you have specific questions and you don't see, what's on there initially, just dig a little bit deeper into the channel, because there's a lot of great stuff out there, or at least I think it's good stuff to know, and maybe just a little information that you didn't have before. So let's go over the least reliable vehicles of 2023. Now, they score these on a basis of 1 to 100, and so we will just kind of break it down. I'll give you the individual scores. Now, I did a bunch of shorts, but if you guys don't watch shorts and you're a long form video watcher, this will be the first time you've had an opportunity to go over it. So coming in the top 10 least reliable, 10 would be the Jeep Wrangler, coming in with a score of 27. Number 9 is the Jeep Grand Cherokee with a score of 26. Number 8 is a Volkswagen Jetta at 25. Number 7, Nissan Frontier at 23. Number 6, the Jeep Grand Cherokee L at 23. Number 5 is the Rivian R1T. That comes in with a score of 22. Volvo XC60, a score of 21. The Ford F-150 Hybrid, which is what we currently have, came in with a score of 19. Number 2, the VW Taos at 18, and the number 1 least reliable vehicle is the Chrysler Pacifica. So if you kind of look at that list of vehicle that's on there, Stellantis, Jeep, Chrysler, whatever you want to call it, seems to be kind of missing on this. And having owned several Jeeps throughout my past, I can tell that from, say, 15, 20 years ago, the Jeep has definitely declined in its, I guess, initial build quality, because these are new vehicles. Obviously, they're talking 23 here, and to have these be the most prevalent of the group, that is something. Now, a lot of you might be also thinking least reliable, then why would I go buy a Power Boost? I didn't look at Consumer Reports when I do my purchasing necessarily, and part of the channel is actually buying these alleged troubled vehicles. We bought the Godzilla, we bought the new LAT, and kind of actually put it to the test and see how it works, at least in real world stuff for us. And so far, I haven't had any problems other than a few rattles in the F-150. And Ford is so dove into keeping the Power Boost that they think last year they said that their sales were about 13 to 20% Power Boost, and they expect this year for that number to double. In addition to that, Ford has actually paused their F-150 production because it was kind of a miss. I think a lot of us know that that's not going to be a long-term pickup truck that guys can use or gals can use, especially when towing. So the Power Boost is kind of one of the things, and I think it's been a really great truck so far. So this next list, I think you also won't be surprised when we talk about the most reliable vehicles of 2023, and keeping in mind the age demographic of this one brand is a little bit older, so we'll talk about that in a second. Number 10 is the Toyota Highlander, coming with a score of 75. The Toyota Corolla comes in at 9 with a score of 77. Number 8 is the Acura RDX, coming with a score of 80. Number 7 is the Toyota RAV4, coming in with a score of 80. Number 6, the Subaru Forester, coming in with a score of 82. Number 5, this one surprised me, BMW America X5 came in as 82. Number 4, Toyota RAV4 Prime with a score of 84. Number 3, the Toyota Camry with a score of 86. Number 2, the Camry Hybrid, 87. And number 1, Toyota 4Runner with a score of 87. Now, I will tell you this, I'm not surprised that, Toyota is pretty much owning this list, and that you didn't see a Toyota on the least reliable list. Does that make it immune from that? No, but I think if you hop in most of these other mainstream manufacturers like Ford, Chevy, and everybody's trying to do all of this fancy stuff, and you hop in a Toyota and it doesn't feel as maybe as advanced. I think they keep it simple, very simple, like Subaru. They give you the nice amenities, but there's just really not a lot of pizzazz. And I think that mainly is one of the reasons, because when you dive deeper into Consumer Reports, it talks about tech and electronics having the issues. So if you hop in a Toyota Tacoma and then go hop in a Ford Ranger, or you hop in a Tundra and hop in a F-150 of the same trim level, you're going to feel like one's way more advanced than the other. But then you're also going to have more bugs in that. In addition, when they talk about least reliable and everything like that, you got to keep in mind that Ford is the biggest manufacturer of automobiles. They sell and make more cars than just about anybody. Ford has their hands in so many other companies, Range Rover, Jaguar, so many other brands, that Lincoln, that, I mean, all in all, that is kind of a disparaging thing when you talk about that. But now we're going to go over the most recalled. Now, this list is going to be released by NHTSA, the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration. And so these are going to be the most recalled vehicles. Now, keeping in mind, if you also go look to the number that these vehicles, most of the manufacturers in this list, they're going to be producing, it may seem like a lot of recalls, but we're going to go over that list. So the number I'm going to give you after the vehicle itself is the number of recalls that manufacturer's had, and that is across its entire line. So how you'd break that down specifically, you'd have to go dive way deeper into that. So coming in at number 10 was Honda with 19 recalls. Volkswagen came in number 9 with 20 recalls. Land Rover America Jaguar came in at number 8 with 21 recalls. Kia America came in with 21 recalls at number 7. Nissan came in at number 6 with 22 recalls. Now GM came in at number 5 with 25 recalls. Number 4 was BMW America with 30 recalls. Number 3 is Mercedes-Benz with 31 recalls. Number 2, Chrysler, Fiat, Stellantis, whatever you want to call it, came in with 45 recalls. And you bet you guys, if you weren't already guessing at the beginning of the list, you were going to say the Blue Oval came in at number 1 with 56 recalls. Again, guys, this is just information. I wouldn't necessarily deter you from buying one vehicle or of another. In the past, they've always said, hey, don't buy a first-year version of anything. That plays true in some respects and not true in others. I bought a first-year Chevy Avalanche when they came out, and it was a fantastic vehicle. Then again, I bought a Godzilla. It had already been out for a couple of years, and it had issues, but I did like the truck. So again, we've had great luck with Kia. It sounds like Kia's had recalls, and nobody's going to be immune to any of these recalls, because if it's something that could be a potential safety hazard, they're going to recall it. It could be other recalls saying that it could happen, but it didn't. I had 3 or 4 safety recalls on my 16 Ram dually that I never got fixed, and to this day, they don't cause any issues with that truck. And so it's just one of those things that they're going to do it. But I would look at other numbers when it comes to Chrysler. That vehicle manufacturer came in with many vehicles on the least reliable. So that's something that you can kind of correlate and say, hey, what's going on with this as you do your research for your new vehicle, whether it be a car or a truck. And again, guys, this is all for 2023. So as we crack into the middle of January of 2024, there's going to be new stuff coming out. Not a lot of new vehicles coming from necessarily from Chevy or Ram or anything like that. And again, when you're looking at specifically like a truck, you really only have 3 options when it comes to the heavy duty segment. You're going to be talking Ram, Ford, or Chevy. So you'd have to decide which ones, because you can always go to the list, and most people that hate their vehicle are going to complain about it and write reviews. And you'll have to take all of that into perspective, because your individual experience with one brand or another may be exceptionally good. And you might be like, how could somebody condemn this vehicle? But if you want to take data like this and say, okay, well, I may not want to buy a Jeep, I don't think I'd buy a Jeep ever again, just because my experience with Jeep. But you know, at the end of the day, guys, I hope this information did help. We got some good content coming up. We try and keep going every time and giving you new information when I get it. And we do have some information come up soon on how we're going to do the Super Duty or the Chevy for the channel this summer to do the towing and put it to work. So again, guys, I appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you on the next one.